Hello everybody, this is Frank, and I don't normally make videos like this where I stand directly in front of the camera and talk directly to the camera, but I want to talk about an issue that's been affecting me for a while now. And that is, I don't normally get political on this channel, but I want to talk about something that's been affecting me. How politics have been going. I love firearms, and I'm sick of hearing these deaf politicians, these tone-deaf politicians, talk about guns and act like they know something. Like they call the AR-15 a weapon of war. The AR-15 is the civilian version of the military rifle. I'll say it again. It's the civilian version. If you want to talk about a weapon of war, I have a lot of weapons, as you see. Let me go ahead and grab one. Now, most people, when they see something like this, they would probably say, oh, that's a hunting rifle. No, this was very much a weapon of war. You know what this is? Those of you who know World War II would know what this is. This is an American M1 Garen rifle, chambered in .30-06, designed by John Garen in the 30s. When the World War II kicked off, America was the only ones to have a semi-auto rifle. Then the Soviets, then the Germans, and then the French also have one later on. That being the Moss 58, 59, one of those. But anyway, this used to be a military rifle. People say, oh, that's a hunting rifle. No, this used to be military. How it works is you lock this all the way back. You insert your clip in there. It takes an 8-round M-block clip. Let me go ahead and drop this. There we go. So, this, when people say, oh, that's not a military rifle, this very much was. This was used in World War II, Korea, they were even used in Vietnam to an extent. The safety is right here in front of the trigger, this little block. Not safe, now it's on safe. And since I play a lot of games, I want to point something out. Right here, there's a button right there. That's how you eject the clip. A lot of games say you have to empty it. No, you don't. You just pull this all the way back, press this button, then it comes out. No problem. But that is just one example. Here's another rifle. Here's another rifle that's been used in war, and it's currently still being used in war, notably in Ukraine. The Russian Mosen Nan. This is dated 1936, chambered in 7.62 by 54mm rimmed. This was a Soviet design, and side note, out of all the guns I have, I hate the safety on this one the most. You have to pull this back and then turn it. It's really stiff. I don't like doing it. But it's a simple bolt action, the most produced weapon of both World War I and II. This, a lot of people would say, would also be a hunting rifle. But no, this was a military rifle. Used by Finland, used by the Soviet Union. I don't know any other countries that used it, but it's a very common rifle. Currently, as I said, being used in Ukraine. It is probably the second oldest gun being used in Ukraine, right behind the Maxim machine gun. Or I'm probably getting that backwards. I don't know. So I will set that right there for now. Now here's a funny one. Some people are probably saying, what the hell is this? Well, what this is, my friend, is a Krag Jorgensen. This is a sporterized version. Here's how it works. You see, most bolt actions, you open the bolt, you put your bullets down in there. Well, I can't push down in that. Nope. How that works is you got this box right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close the box. There's a little finger in there that pushes them up. And the bullets, they come all the way around this side. And they sit right here. Push forward, you're ready to shoot. Your safety is right there. Some of them have Mauser style safeties, where it's just a flag you flip over. This is chambered for 30-40 Krag. The 30-40 Krag is 30 caliber with 40 grains of powder. 30-40, originally designed in Norway. This was not this particular one, this is a sporting model, but the Krag Jorgensen was the first ever smokeless powder rifle that the US Army ever adopted. Plus, it was the first rifle to hold more than one shot the US Army ever had as well, that being 5. It served us during the Spanish-American War in 1898. After that, we replaced it with... Hold on, I gotta find it. Kind of a mess in here. I gotta reorganize this. I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. This is a reproduction, but it's still the same action and everything. This is an M1903 Springfield. This is what we replaced the Krag Jorgensen with. When we made this, it was originally chambered in 30-03. But we quickly replaced that to 30-06, which is still in use today, even by military. So when people say the 30-06 is a hunting round, remember, our military uses 30-06. It still uses it to this day, but mostly ceremonial purposes, with the M1 Garen. So yep, basic action of how this works. Fire. Fire. I'm not pulling that all the way back because I don't want it locking open. A lot of people don't notice, but when you pull it back, you can't push it open. That's because the follower, the little thing right there that pushes your bullets up, comes up and stops you from pushing forward. This way you know you're empty. To take the bolt out, it's different in some regards. I just flip the switch, it comes out. The original ones, it works just like a Mauser. That is a Mauser style system. Let me see. You know what? I might as well move the M1 Garen. There's no reason not to. I'm going to keep moving it around anyway. Let's see. Here's another weapon. A lot of people would say, oh look, another hunting rifle. This is British. This is the British LeAnfield. This is a number 4 Mark III standard bolt action system. When the British taught the soldiers how to fire it, they wouldn't hold it like this. They would go like this with the middle finger on the trigger like that. My finger is not on the trigger. They would bang, bang. Just for the record, I'm not flipping anyone off. Bang, bang. The Mad Minute, that's how they would do it. This is in fact my favorite bolt-action rifle out of any World War II bolt-action rifle. I like the many options you have. You could put 10 rounds, that's why this one holds 10 rounds. Every other one held 5. So, you put one bullet in at a time, or you take 2 stripper clips, put them on top, push your bullets down, then load it. Or, you got a third way. This is why I like the LeAnfield. The magazine comes out real easily. And you know what? This gun right here, this right here, would actually be illegal in New York. Why? Because the magazine comes out. That's why. Boo! You stink! Stupid, isn't it? This would be illegal because the magazine comes out in New York. Okay. Why won't this close? There we go. I popped the bolt up by mistake. I might as well show you how to remove the bolt. Pull this back. Tilt this up. Now your bolt comes out. It can be kind of a pain doing this with one hand. There we go. Your safety is this little switch right here. Take this switch. Do that. Now it's on safe. That's the LeAnfield. Also, it's chambered in 303. Not a hunting. Today it's a hunting rifle, but back then it was a military rifle. One of the reasons I'm making this video is because I'm sick of politicians labeling the AR-15 as a weapon of war.
The round is a weapon of war. The rifle is a weapon of war. period.
The AR-15 is a civilian version of the military rifle. They call the AR-15 an assault rifle, not an assault rifle, an assault weapon. The AR-15 is not an assault weapon. The AR-15 lacks one key component that makes an assault weapon, which is selective fire, which allows you to go full auto, semi-auto, and safe. The AR-15 only has safe and semi-auto. By factory design, it's only semi-auto and safe. That's it. Let me see what else I got in here. Yet another, today it's a hunting rifle, but back then would be military rifle. This is a Type 99 Japanese Arisaka. Chambered in 7.7 Japanese, 7.7 Japanese. Standard operating, it is a bolt action. And just like the previous one, the follower comes up and stops you from pushing it forward. This is what the Japanese used during World War II. And this is a late war model because there is no wood up here. The only thing I don't get is why there's even hand grooves, because they didn't have it. Plus, right back here, it's very crude. That's how you know it's a late war model. Here's how you remove the bolt. You see this little thing right here? This little flap? So you push that flap towards the side. The bolt slides out. No problem. There we go. Yep, still has the bayonet lug too. Here's one. The Mauser Car 98K. Let me show you the safety. Safety, right there on my thumb, is you flip it up over this way. I'm not going to do it all the way, but that's how you operate the safety. This has the smoothest bolt ever. When it comes to operating bolts, it is my favorite. Man, I am sweating already. But anyway, here's how you remove the bolt. Just like the last one, you got this little flap. You take it out. There we go. Follower comes up, stops you. Got to push it down. Simple as that. This is what the Germans used during World War II. Matter of fact, on the stock right here, it actually has swastikas. Which I think is pretty cool that this old German gun actually has swastikas. Not very heavy. It's chambered in the 8mm Mauser. I forget exactly what the dimensions are, so I'm just going to say 8mm Mauser. You can load this in two different ways. You can put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bullets in, or you take your stripper clip, put on top, push them in, and you don't even have to move the stripper clip. The mere act of, dang it, the mere act of pushing it forward will launch the clip out of the way. Very, very good weapon. This right here is actually another LeAnfield I have. This is just a different model. This is a number 3. I don't know. It's a number 3 Mark something. I don't remember what mark it is. I can't even read that. It's too dark. But yeah, a number 3, I believe. And same controls. I don't know how to remove the bolt on this one. But here's basic control. To remove the magazine, it's the exact same way. The magazine comes out easier on this. And the button is a little different. On the other one, it was just a flat button. Whereas here, I don't know if you can see it. It's right there. But it's like a hook. And it comes out very easily. And just like the other one, you can either put 10 rounds in by themselves, or take 2 stripper clips, each holding 5, put them in, or you can just load this up with 10 and put it in. This one would also be illegal in New York, simply because you can take the magazine out.
Boo! You stink!
It's a 10-round magazine, but New York says you are not allowed to detach your magazines. Good job, New York. I wonder why you guys have such high crime rates. Probably because your criminals don't follow laws, whereas a law-abiding citizen is stuck with ridiculous laws. Okay, Next, we're going to France. The French Moss 36. The French Moss 36. This was actually, let me show you how to remove the bolt. Push the trigger, your bolt comes out just like that. Push that down. You may notice something with this. The fact that the bolt handle is swept upward. That's so you can do that and pull back, push forward real easily. The slings are right here. Then you got a sling bar right there. This does not have a manual safety. If you want to be safe with this, take the bolt out or carry this with 9. Or carry this with almost a full capacity. I forget what the full capacity is, but you load it up almost full and just leave nothing in the chamber. This actually has a bayonet. There's your bayonet. A very cool antique rifle. So this is chambered in the 7.5 by 54 French. It's not particularly long, but it's a nice rifle. It's a very comfortable rifle, and as you see, it's not particularly fancy, but it gets the job done. It also has this little thing right here. You see this little bar off to the side? That's so you can stack 3 rifles together and they won't fall over into the mud. Okay, looks like we're going to Italy. This is an M91 Carcano rifle. This one was made in 1917. This one this one shoots the 6.5 Carcano round. It's obviously a bolt action, and you have to push the finger down, not a follower, but a finger. That's because inside here, you see it's just a finger. You push the finger down, push the bolt over it. Now the bolt can go all the way forward. It's a nice rifle. It can get the job done. Again, does this look like a military rifle? No, it doesn't by today's standards, but back then it was. That's the point of this video, to show that hunting rifles and the bullets that they shoot that are considered hunting rounds today, they were used by military. So when politicians say, hey, that's a weapon of war, people shouldn't have that. No. The AR-15 shoots 5.56, and the rounds that it shoots are weaker than a lot of the bullets that these ones shoot. A great example of that, the Mosen Nan 7.62 by 54. It's stronger than any bullet that the AR-15 is going to shoot. So when people say, oh, the AR-15 will demolish anything, just note, one bullet from this is stronger than stronger than any bullet from the AR-15. The AR-15 would need a bunch of bullets. You would need to shoot a bunch of 5.56 or 7.62 by 39 to match the power of this. Again, they call that a hunting round, but military did use it. Let's see. How about we go to the 1870s? The trapdoor Remington. Now, back then it was the trapdoor Springfield they used. Oh, I got a trapdoor Remington. Now, how does this work? This is, well, it's a trapdoor. Cock your hammer, fold that up, put your bullet in, slide it forward, close it, and you're ready to fire. This was black powder. This was the last black powder rifle that the U.S. Army had. We originally had what is it? Oh, crap, I forget what it was. But it was a flintlock, black powder, muzzle loading rifle. Then after that, we went to a cap lock. The cap lock, essentially, you cock your hammer, put a cap on the nipple, and then shoot. Well, actually, no. You would put your powder in, push the bullet in, cock your hammer, put the cap on the nipple, and you'd shoot. All this is you cock your hammer. Now check this out. Right there, I don't know if you can see it, but the there's actually a button sticking up out of there. That's when hits the bag, that's what hits the primer, causes it to shoot. So yeah, that is the trapdoor. Sadly, mine is missing an iron sight. So if I was to ever shoot this, I would just have to point it downrange. Hold on, what is this? Oh yeah. This right here is the most produced American rifle of World War II. This right here is the American M1 carbine, chambered in .30 carbine. The standard capacity on this is 15 rounds, but I live in California, so I can't have 15 rounds. Thank you, Governor Newsom. Thank you. Anyway, this right here is a semi-automatic rifle. This was meant for support crews, artillery crews, people who didn't want to carry a full-size M1 Garen around. The M1 Garen is probably the heaviest gun I have, aside from my M1A, which is a civilian M14. So, basic operation, how this works. Where did I put the magazine? I think it's here. Yes, the magazine is here. I got an original pouch for the magazine. I don't know why I was looking down there. The camera's right there. So you put your magazine in. And then you're ready to fire. Bang, 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 bang. .30 carbine. I would like to see a full automatic .30 carbine. I'd like to see the AR-15 shoot .30 carbine. That would be cool. Your magazine release is the little button right here. And how the magazine works is that there's these two tabs right here, right above my finger. They slide into these grooves. The grooves snap in underneath it. This will not wobble at all. You pull this back. You pull that back. It picks up around, pushes it into the barrel. This is also a rotating. This also is a rotating bolt. So, you see this right here? You see that lug that keeps going like this? When you pull this back, the bolt is actually rotating in that groove. Once it gets right there, then it comes back. Once it goes forward, once it's here, then it rotates and locks. So when it shoots, bang, has to come all the way back, keeping the explosion in the gun, and then finally it can come back. Same way the M1 Garen works, somewhat. The M1 Garen is a gas operated. Think of an AK, but upside down. That's an M1 Garen in a nutshell. Anyway, making sure that's clear. I'll put this back once I end the video. And then we got this. Oh, John Fitzgerald Kennedy. This is the JFK gun. John Fitzgerald Kennedy, Lee Harvey Oswald. But anyway, this is a sporterized version of the Carcano M91/38. This is what Lee Harvey Oswald used to kill President Kennedy in 1963, in November of 1963. Chambered for the 6.5 Carcano, same as the other one. So this one doesn't work. It doesn't have a spring on it, and it doesn't have a firing pin. It's a complete dud. So nothing. Doesn't do anything. Jack squat. No spring, no firing pin. But yeah, how this works? Bang. 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 Just a standard bolt action. Doesn't have a safety from what I've seen. There's that. So when people say, oh, that's a weapon of war. All the weapons I just showed you were used in a war. One way or another. Not my sporterized ones. Not the sporterized rifles. But the rifle they were based on was used in a war. But yeah. Next time you hear a politician say AR-15 shouldn't be on the streets because they are weapons of war, just remember. They call that weapons of war when literally stuff like this was used in wars. The AR-15 has not been adopted by any military. The AR-15 is the civilian version of a military rifle. It isn't a military rifle. It's a civilian version. I'm sick of politicians saying this. So I hope this video helps put that case to rest. Thank you for watching, everybody.